Hi, TheMudbrooker here. Today we're going to cook up that corned beef I made. I'm going to make corned beef and cabbage out of it, and since we're making what's traditionally considered an Irish dish, our libation today will of course be grappa. God damn, you gotta love them Italians. Anyhow, this has been in the fridge for 9 days now, turning it over each and every day. And what we're going to do with it is take it out of the bag. You see you got a little juice in there. Oh, that smells nice. We'll take it out of the bag and give it a light rinse. And I'll be back in just a second. Okay, took my beef out of the bag and rinsed it off. There's still a fair bit of spices stuck to it, and you can see that in the 9 days it's been in the fridge, it's turned a nice deep brown color. Now you may be thinking to yourself, hey, how come it ain't red? Corned beef is supposed to be red. The reason why corned beef is red is because most recipes call for the use of saltpeter, potassium nitrate, in your brine. Now the nitrate does two things. It helps to preserve the meat, and it makes the meat red. Since we didn't use nitrates in this is nice and brown. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to roast it in a pan in the oven and later on add vegetables to it. So after you've rinsed your meat, you'll want to take it, put it in a big enough roasting pan with the fat side up. Add about enough water to come, maybe a fourth of the way up the side of your piece of meat. We'll sprinkle the top with pickling spice. Come on, get it in there. And get a nice good covering of spices on there. A little bit in the water. Put the lid on your roasting pan and put it in a 325 degree oven. A piece of the meat this size is probably going to take 4, maybe 5 hours. We'll check on it after about 3, and I'll be back then. Alright, we've been in the oven for about 3.5 hours now, and the meat is pretty well done. Ooh, that looks nice. What I'm going to do now is add some cut up potatoes and rutabagas. Dump them on in. Get up there. And add some more water, enough to cover the veggies. And I'll turn the heat up to 375, and as soon as the potatoes and rutabagas have cooked, I'll be back. Alrighty, the meat and the potatoes and the rutabagas are all done. Good looking, ain't it? What we do now, set my lid down, I'll take the meat out and kick my tripod, put you on a stand here. What we want to do now is take the meat out and let it rest for a little bit. Oops. Put it on a plate. Cover it loosely with aluminum foil. And let it sit for a little bit. We'll set it aside. And now we put in our last ingredients. I got a cabbage cut into 8s. Put him in. And some carrots that I canned last summer. Get out of there, you. Now the carrots are already cooked, so they just basically got to get warmed up, and it won't take long to cook that cabbage. So, back in the oven one more time for a little while, and we will eat. Alright, took about another 15 minutes to get the cabbage done, but my veggies are all done. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? All we got left to do now is dish up some and cut some of the corned beef. Get some carrots. Big chunk of cabbage. And slice the beef. Ooh, can't see that. Tip that down a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Something nice, ain't it? And lost my fork. It tastes just fantastic. And there you have it. Homemade corned beef.